Kenyon Martin tells why Draymond Green was justified hitting Jordan Poole. Truth behind the punch. When the video of Draymond Green punching Jordan Poole in practice leaked in 2022, it sent shockwaves throughout the NBA. Fans were stunned, analysts were outraged, and the Golden State Warriors organization scrambled to do damage control. For many, it was proof that Draymond had once again crossed the line, putting his fiery personality ahead of team unity. But according to former NBA All-Star Kenyon Martin, the story isn't so simple. In fact, Martin recently revealed why Draymond's actions, while shocking, might have actually been justified, and he claims the truth behind the punch has been ignored for far too long. The infamous punch. The incident unfolded during a Warriors practice just before the start of the 2022-23 season. Reports described a heated exchange between Draymond Green and Jordan Poole, which escalated until Green threw a devastating punch that floored his young teammate. The leaked video only amplified the drama, creating one of the most viral NBA moments in recent memory. Publicly, the Warriors downplayed the altercation, handing Draymond a fine but no suspension. Behind the scenes, though, the punch fractured the locker room. Many believed Golden State's chemistry was permanently damaged, and when the team failed to defend its championship later that year, critics pointed to the infamous fight as the turning point. Kenyon Martin's surprising take. Enter Kenyon Martin, a man who built his career on toughness, intensity, and never backing down from confrontation. In an interview, Martin shocked fans by siding with Draymond. "Everybody wants to make Draymond the villain," Martin explained, "but sometimes young guys need to learn respect. You don't just talk reckless to a veteran who's won championships and carried that organization." According to Martin, Jordan Poole's behavior leading up to the punch was just as important as the act itself. Reports suggested that Poole, fresh off signing a massive contract extension, had been chirping in practices and trash-talking teammates, including Draymond. For Martin, this wasn't just harmless banter. You can't come in acting like you've arrived just because you got paid. There's a hierarchy in the league, and Draymond's earned his respect. Old school code versus modern NBA. Martin's defense of Draymond sheds light on a larger cultural divide in the NBA. In Martin's era, practice fights were almost a rite of passage. Tempers flared, punches flew, and then teammates moved on. It was part of the game. Today, however, in an era of social media and instant outrage, these incidents are seen as scandalous, threatening to derail entire franchises. "People don't realize," Martin continued, "things like this happened all the time back in the day. The difference is, there weren't cameras, there weren't leaks. We handled it in-house. Nowadays, one video gets out and the whole world thinks it's the end of the team." The fallout for Poole. While Draymond was villainized, Jordan Poole's role in the conflict was often overlooked. Martin pointed out that Poole never truly recovered his standing in Golden State. His inconsistent play, combined with chemistry issues, led to his eventual trade to the Washington Wizards. For Martin, that was proof that the situation wasn't as one-sided as the public narrative suggested. "If Poole was as locked in as people think, he'd still be there," Martin said. "Draymond's still with the Warriors. That should tell you everything." The bigger picture. Kenyon Martin's comments don't excuse violence, but they do highlight an uncomfortable truth. NBA locker rooms are high-pressure environments filled with egos, emotions, and competitive fire. Draymond Green has always been the emotional engine of the Warriors, and sometimes that intensity boils over. For Martin, the punch wasn't about hatred, it was about enforcing accountability. "Draymond crossed the line, sure," Martin admitted. "But Poole crossed one too. And in this league, when you cross a vet, sometimes you're gonna get checked." Legacy of the punch. 2 years later, the punch is still debated as one of the defining moments of Golden State's dynasty. Was it the beginning of the end, or just an unfortunate bump in the road? Martin's perspective adds another layer to the conversation. Instead of painting Draymond as a villain and Poole as a victim, he reframes the fight as a clash of eras, values, and personalities. The truth behind the punch, as Martin sees it, is that it wasn't just about a single moment, it was about respect, hierarchy, and the culture of the NBA itself. And while fans may never forgive Draymond for that viral swing, Martin believes history will show he was simply living by an old-school code that younger players, and the media, no longer understand.